please explain why child abuse, sexual abuse, and child neglect is so high in Jamaica?
Now that one is straight up my alley because I directly address those issues now. And it goes back, for me, my starting point has always been, since I've been on the bench and my experience, it's really lack of proper parenting. We have fathers who don't know how to father. We have mothers who don't know how to mother. But for the fact that you birth a child, you now wear the name mother, father. They don't understand what it comes with. And as I tell people, even for myself, no manual could have prepared me for parenting, none. Nothing my mother, my grandmother, my aunts, my cousin, nothing. Because the experience I had, psychologically, physically, emotionally, nobody could say to me that when you feel this way, this is what you're to do, because it doesn't come like that. You just have to know how to maneuver that feeling in the moment. And so we have a lot of abused women, abused men becoming mothers and fathers. And one of the things I always hear people say is that hurting people hurt people. So because they are survivors of whatever trauma they may have experienced as a child or growing up, they come and now that they are a parent, they do not think first how to fix this so that it doesn't recur in my children's lives. They're only seeing the now, and if this is happening to a child, get over it. I went through it, I could get over it. They're not stopping to understand and address the child's needs. And so children are emotionally abused because they don't have a voice. In many of these households, the children are not encouraged to speak or encouraged to even speak about their feelings, about what is happening to them. And so that's why we have so many sexual abuse taking place in a house with a stepfather or even a brother or a cousin or a family member, and the mother or the father will not know, because that voice that the child has never been given a chance to speak. Because what we grow up in Jamaica and hearing, shut up, stop an eyes, nobody never asks you a question. So you're not encouraged to speak unless they ask you a question and they want an answer. And usually when they start asking, it's usually when it's too late. It's after the abuse. And then at that time now the child is locked in, it's a shell, they don't want to talk. So I find that there is poor parenting skills across Jamaica. And across, I'd go as far as to say the world, because it's not just a Jamaica problem. So a lot of parents don't know that to hug a child makes a difference in the child's life. To tell the child, I love you. If a child comes to you and says, Mommy, this happened, to sit and listen than to say, no, go along, a lie I tell. So we have children who are being raised by people who are aged and adult in body, but in mind and mentality, they are as much as a child that they're raising. So that's one of the big problems I find, because I've had to be sending a lot of people, almost everybody who come before me now as a parent, I have to send them to parenting classes because they really don't know. And it's ignorance. They will, when they come back from the parenting classes, they will say, boy, Judge, thank you for this, because we never know enough of the things that mommy know. You know? It really is that simple, and we take a lot for granted because people have age and they have body, and so they look like adults and them are parents. So we take it for granted that them know what to do, what they don't. And so I really believe that every mother, every father, before them leave the hospital with the child, should be exposed to some amount of parenting skills classes, you know. I think that is really something, because ignorance is live in the world of parenting, which leads to a lot of those things. Children don't know good touch, bad touch. I had a child before me in St. Thomas, 11 years old. She came in with her baby. And this is because in her community, this man just came and the community was so embracing of him, don't know anything about him. And every time he came to the community, he would call her and talk to her as if, you know, he's looking out for her. But he was grooming her all this time. And now she should be preparing for PEP. but she's a mother at 11. Yep. And it's only now that her father is coming to light. You know, he wasn't there all along when the grandmother needed help with her, needed her to stay somewhere that she didn't have to keep her at the shop with her for her to be exposed to these people that are seeing her little body developing and believing that she's a cherry to be picked. So a lot of ignorance is out there among the parents.
Well, let me hear you say, "Ma."